Hey everybody, welcome back to Rust and Restoration Garage. It's been a little while since I've put a video up, I think almost a year now. I haven't really had the money to do anything to any of my vehicles, stuff like that. But the Sonoma is still not running. I haven't been able to figure out that problem or put any money into it. And it's been sitting all summer and the brakes are seized on a bit. I had to beat them with a hammer to get it to roll down the driveway to put it next to the garage for the winter. But today we're gonna pop the brakes off and put some cardboard between the pads and rotors just to get them not to stick over the winter. Hopefully it'll help. Just had an idea one day to do that to keep them from sticking. But anyways, we will get down next to the truck and get it jacked up and get the brakes off and go from there. Well, here we are. This poor thing's been sitting since the last video I put up a few months. Had the box off, tried changing the fuel pump, couldn't get the fuse to stop blowing. So it'll be springtime. I'm going to be getting an adapter plate made to put a 4-barrel on it, get it running hopefully in the springtime. But for right now, we're going to get the wheels off and get the brakes figured out. Like I say, put some cardboard between them. Hopefully they won't seize up or anything like that. Probably throw some grease on them too. And first we're going to get this moved. There's an X-Trail that my dad put plow on for the winter since we got rid of the 4-wheeler. But we'll get that moved up out of the way and then start into that. Okay, now that we got it jacked up, get this hubcap off without wrecking it, hopefully. And then get the wheel off. If you can see on camera, but you can tell it's been sitting a little while. Now if we can get this caliper off and get some cardboard between them, put some grease on the pins, just hopefully make it a little easier in the spring when I go to get it all back together kind of thing. But I believe I need an Allen key, which I may have here. Nope. Go grab that. Alright, luckily those came loose. Never had the brakes off of this since I got it, but I only had it maybe 2 months and then it died. 2-3 months. It died on me and haven't been able to fix it, but I don't want to get rid of it. That's for sure. Yeah, these are really fun when they're a little seized up. There we go. I really like that hanging from the flex line, but Not got anything to hang it up with. Pads are still really good, but they're definitely going to be replaced in the summer. Anyways, I'll get my brake tool and bring that in, throw some grease on it, some sandpaper, clean these bolts up, and then we'll put it back together and move on to the next side. Alright, so I got those cleaned up a bit. I'll throw some grease on them when I go to put them back in. Now I'm going to just throw some sandpaper at this and stuff like that where the pads slide, just to help them. Hopefully for the winter they don't seize up worse than they are now. But it will get the high speed going with the sandpaper, and then get putting it back together with some cardboard. Opened it too far, yep. Well, that is one good sign. The caliper pushes back in very easily. So we probably won't have to worry about doing them. Be pads and rotors for sure. Now we'll get the cardboard cut up, some grease on it, put it back together. And of course, the best reason to buy 36 packs are for cold snacks and the cardboard they come with. See if we can put this in the right way the first, second, third time. Third time.
All I wanted.
And put a little in there. I don't think it'll be too bad. Been sitting, like I say, all summer, since I think March, and I had to get rid of the C10 because that was a little much on fuel, and had to end up buying a cheap Honda Civic, which is going to be getting some work done to it soon, so that'll be on the channel. Anyways, we'll get one of these greased up. See if I can keep it together here. Yeah, I will have to pop those out. Oh, I think those might be seized in there. Those little bushings. One of those situations where you need 3 arms. There we go, we got one out. Alright, I got those in. Rubber's a little wore out, wrecked, but that can be replaced at a later date. Now, try to get this back in here. The right way the third time. See if we can get our cardboard in here. All right, that one worked. We can get a piece in the back behind that pad. There we go. I've never heard of anybody do this or try it. I just thought of it and thought it might be a good idea. Keep the pads from touching the rotor. Hopefully sticking. There we go. These tightened up. Forgot I can't fit the ratchet in there. Very well thought out design, but I'm gonna need it to work somehow. I'll just snug them a little bit. I'm not gonna crank right on them because it's not gonna get used. That way, hopefully I don't have to fight with it in the spring. I didn't have to fight with it this time, but the cold winters and bad weather around here are not fun on vehicles. And there we have it. Got our cardboard in there. Once I'm done the front, I'll just touch the brake a little bit, get them to squeeze up. Maybe. I don't know if that would be better or not. I just don't want them to fall out. But yeah, we'll move on to the other side. And we'll do a quick time lapse of that. And then move on to the back. it for today. We weren't able to get to the back brakes because losing daylight, but we will be back tomorrow on that. Now it's time for a couple cold snacks, and we will see you tomorrow. Well, we're back again today on the rear end of the Sonoma. Gonna get this drum off and take a look underneath. What I'm gonna do once I get the drum off, it's probably gonna be pretty hard to get off because this one was seized up. I had to beat on the rim with a hammer to get it to roll down the driveway and bring it where it's at now. But I'm just gonna take the adjuster and adjust it all the way in so I can get the shoes off of the drum, so then hopefully they won't stick anymore. And I got a set of drums and backing plates and everything in the garage, which will be next year's thing, replace all the brakes. But I'm gonna have to smash on this with a hammer for a little bit and get it to come off. And we'll get into it now. Alright, so after getting the drum off for about an hour, beating and smashing on it, the pads were hooked into the drum here. See I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a bit of a ridge and a lot of rust and stuff around that. So the pad ended up falling off, and the pins that hold the pads on, they ended up ripping through the little holders. So what I'm gonna do, take a pair of vice grips and just pinch this line off. It'll probably end up crushing it and ruining it, but like I say, it's gonna sit for the winter, probably late spring by the time I get it back on the road if I can. So I'm gonna pinch that off, throw the drum on, leave this pad there for now, and that way it'll be easier to get apart in the springtime. When I go to redo the brakes, I got all new stuff, well, semi-used stuff to put on. Anyways, I'm gonna get the vice grips on there and get the drum back on and the wheel. What I was gonna do was just adjust this all the way in like it is now. It's a little sticky, but I was gonna adjust that all the way in if the brakes are still in any good shape, and then just push the pads in to be able to get them not to touch the rotor. But where they blew apart, I'm just gonna leave it like that, and in the springtime, like I say, I'm gonna have to redo the brakes. Anyways, we'll get the wheel on and get on to the other side. Well, I finally got the other side off. Same thing, brake shoes falling apart, but you can see the wheel cylinder leaking in there. So just to pinch it off, I just hammered it on the U-bolt there just to smush it out. And like I say, I got the vice grips over there. I'll just have to keep an eye on the brake fluid over the winter, just to make sure it doesn't go dry, because then I'll be redoing a lot of stuff, a lot more than I already have to. I gotta redo these lines. I'm gonna do the flex line anyways, because it's gonna be wrecked by the time we go and take it apart. So I may as well just do all new brakes in the back and be done with it. Anyways, get this set back there, put the drum back on, wheel back on. So we got that all done. Not the way I wanted it to go with the rear brakes. But anyways, that'll be it for this video. Leave a comment down below what you do to store your vehicle for the winter if you're leaving it outside. Brakes, oil, all that type of stuff, anything you do. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you want, and share it around. We will see you in the next one with the Civic.